2 to 5% of the global GDP is made by money laundering. And do you have any idea how much euros is that? Any guesses? No? Okay. It is 1.9 trillion euros. That is a lot, right? And what does it mean? It doesn't mean that 1.9 trillion euros are being washed in the washing machine every year, but it means that money coming from illegal activities are being legalized in the system. And as you can see, it is a worldwide problem. This is John. John is anti-money laundering expert at ČSOB, and his area of focus is Czech Republic. And John is a real person. And the situation in the Czech Republic is quite serious, which means that John has a lot of work. 100 billion Czech crowns. That's the number of money laundered in the Czech Republic in 2020 and 2021. And from there, the number is only bigger. So, why John and ČSOB care about money laundering? They care because otherwise, anti-money laundering regulator could fine them with 4% of the revenue of the group, which means 25.9 billion Czech crowns in 2023. That's a lot, right?
So you heard about John. You know that he is an AML expert in ČSOB, and what he actually does. So he uses some tools, and he's looking into data. Today he's looking manually in the data under the suspicious behavior, but he has some rules. He has a rule book of rules that the suspicious people can be caught on something. For example, it could be amount of the money you put on your account, or some of them, some of more transaction. And what can he do? He caught them on these thresholds, on these rules. But there are some people that are well skilled, and they are known of these thresholds. So they are a little bit below the threshold, and they aren't caught. So we wanted to do something about these people. So we have some transactional data, we have data about people and their behaviors, the rule book, and we are storing them in CDS, in Teradata, and we try to make a tool in SAS that would help him to look in the data under these thresholds and make the process easier and shorter. And you can see the period of time is 2 to 3 days, only the 2 to 3 days. So here is the actual AML lab that we created. He is consisted of 4 tools that John can use. The first one is alert impact tool. He can look under these thresholds as he would like to, see the number under it. And the second one is pattern detection tool, so he could save time for his job, because this tool is showing him which cases are caught on more rules, on more thresholds, so you don't need to do that. You just need to be catch on one. Another one is All Things Score Impact Tool. All Things Score is internal risk score that you can be caught on either, and you don't need to be caught on multiple parameters. You just need to be caught on one. So this tool can do that. The last one is Alert Target Analyzer. It shows you how many people under the threshold you want to catch and show you the target.
What are the benefits for John and Czesobe? The first one we already discussed is the reduction of the risk. The second one is very important for John because his workload is reduced by half. Also, right now, John is one of the few people in Czesobe that is really an expert on anti-money laundering. But right now, with this tool, it is much more easier to transfer the know-how to someone who is not as skilled in this area as John. This tool also cut cost by 150 to 200,000 Czech crowns per month and enable to minimize unnecessary transaction with clients, so no one is calling them. And last but not least, it reduced the duration because the original process took 2 to 3 weeks, but right now we reduced it to 2 to 3 days. And this is our anti-money laundering lab team, and now we are happy to answer all of your questions. Thank you.
Hello, thank you very much. The problem definition, first on the global scale and then going down to the local scale, it was phenomenal description of the actual problem and then connecting it to the stakeholders within the organization as an example. That was a great ramp up, so thank you for that. I'm just curious, as I see it, when you were developing the POC or the product, did you research existing frameworks or tools that might be addressing this problem, or did you jump up directly into developing your own solution?
Yes, we did a kind of a research, but Czesobe, as our client, specifically wanted this kind of tool in SaaS, using these kind of tools that are already used in Czesobe. So we had specify work to do.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Exactly as Dominic said, the problem was very well described, so I appreciate that a lot. My question is, when I see a number, I'm wondering what's behind it. So 200,000 crowns a month, I think, was the cost reduction. So how did you come up with that?
So Czesobe has historical data of how many alerts are generated. And we took this number, and we also took analyst, how much analyst makes, or how much does it cost, and we came up with this number. Also, we were discussing it with the client, and yeah, he approved it.
Thank you for the presentation. A very interesting topic, and also something slightly familiar with, because it's not just banks topic, but also for sports betting companies. I have a question regarding the validation of your results. So as you mentioned, in Czesobe, they already have AML experts, and so they are able to detect the cases. Did you then validate your results, your findings, with their findings, and was there maybe some case that you detected and Czesobe didn't, some additional one?
Yeah, the tool is the tool that can detect things that they couldn't. So yes, we detect more than one case in the scenario, but we Also, we detected some mistakes that they have had in their data, so we could do some data quality and data management issue to be solved.
That's great. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. I really like how did you use the persona, how it has its own story, etc. So thanks for that. And I really want to ask, like, what data did you use? I mean, what is causing the alarms?
So the alerts are created when we have specific rule with specific parameters, and the alert is created when the actual amount is under the threshold, but it is just slightly bit under the threshold.
So if you, for example, put a lot of money on your account, then it causes the thresholds or the alarms.
Yeah, but that alert is already caught by the rules. So if you are, for example, withdrawing a lot of money from one account, maybe every day, it catch the person itself. However, some people are more skilled, so they are maybe withdrawing just a bit lower amount than the rule can catch.
And you have the next step is they investigate these people, investigate these cases. It's not like, yeah, you are suspicious, you are the bad guy, you are the illegal one. But the next step of this process is to suspect if they are really doing some illegal stuff or not.
And this textbook of the rules, as you showed at the previous, did you also like create those rules in your Power BIs, or did you let it as it is?
The rules are stated because we even didn't have the time to look at it, or we couldn't because NDAs and stuff. But we can just show what the rules are in the Power BI, not Power BI, in SAS, sorry, in the visualizations. But so you can see which thresholds, which rules you can use or you are using, but you are not making them or creating one. You can add it as the AML expert into that, because we made a flexible tool to insert some of new data sets and make the tool bigger, but we are not creating one in this tool.
However, if John finds many cases that are maybe just a little bit under the threshold of any specific rule, he is changing them.
Okay, thanks.
I just want to reiterate on the type of data, and I'm sorry I might have not been paying attention enough, and that's, you were mentioning the withdrawal data. Was there anything else?
Yes, of course. It's not just about withdrawing. It was maybe one parameter in one rule. However, it can also be you are making deposit, you are paying online. It's not just about this one. However, as my colleague said previously, the thing is that we couldn't see all of the rules. So we are not familiar with all of the parameters of the rules. However, John is. And the SAS dashboard also has the rule book in it. So if you want to investigate which parameter in which rule is, you can also find it in the dashboard.
Thank you very much.